La Fundación Finnova, con el proyecto CircoAx, busca empresas y autónomos innovadores para promover la economía circular en el mundo textil y de la moda.
Ideas. There are ideas that change the way we work.
In other centuries, they would have called it magic.
Ideas that got us connected.
Well, hold the line a minute.
That made us communicate better with each other.
Hello?
Ideas that got smarter and smarter and smarter. They're the ones that caused revolutions.
Goodbye, David.
And others that seem like a thing of the past now. There are the ones that are obsolete and ideas that promised us freedom, but in the end delivered us nothing but stress, that we tried to compensate with funny ideas. We thought of something different. A simple idea that turns idle workspace into places where you connect with companies, where you share knowledge with other creative minds or digital nomads. Where you are is where you work. You spend fewer hours on the road and you gain precious time for a better work-life balance. It's called Work Hero. Is it a game changer?
I beg your pardon?
We like to think so, but we'll let you be the judge of that. Check out Work Hero on workhero.com. Work Hero, connecting space and knowledge.
I'm delighted, and I hope we'll be able to do it again, and also that the solutions which were showcased here can maybe inspire real-life solutions in the future.
Es un honor que hayan contado con nosotros como aceleradora, con nuestro programa Startup Europe Accelerator, en el primer hackathon con el director general de innovación de la Comisión Europea para soluciones en el campo de cambio climático y reducción de emisiones.
I also congratulate Finova, which was part of the winning team, a team which worked on a really interesting solution to make construction at long last sustainable. Well done. Thank you very much.
Hi, hello. Good evening to everybody. Thank you to be here in this event. I want to apologize for Juan Manuel Revuelta, who is not able to come today. He will be a little bit late, and he will join us in a few minutes. Meanwhile, I will introduce the event. We are here celebrating the 30 years of life. From our project Life Ecodigestión, we are organizing this event together with other 3 life projects to share experience and to share the experience of each one in this European project, and to celebrate the 30 years of life. This is important because we are in the framework of the European Green Week in 2022, and we are going to celebrate this European week with this event related to the LIFE program. Well, first of all, I want to introduce Cesar Sanchez. He's LIFE project manager in the CINEA, the Executive Agency for Climate, Environmental Infrastructure. He will explain the new call for proposal of the LIFE program, and it will be very interesting because he will tell us all the novelties of this new call and how to apply and how can you apply to this important call that we are celebrating today. Thank you, Cesar.
Okay, thank you very much for this introduction. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Yeah, no, you can minimize this. Okay, good. So let me start. Yeah. So yeah, I will just well, thank again for the organization and for the opportunity to present here a couple of opportunities that this year we are giving to projects in this field of circular economy and waste recycling as well. I will shortly, let me see if it advances. No? Yeah. So I will speak first just 2 words about the LIFE program of this period 21-27, and then I will go directly to the key calls where you can get funding for projects related to circular economy. And then I may give a couple of examples of projects. So LIFE program in this period, it has a total budget of 5.4 billion. And for the aspects that we are interested in this forum is circular economy and quality of life, the sub-program of the highest interest, and 2 types of grant: the standard action projects, that those will be the vast majority, and then we also have opportunities in terms of strategic integrated projects, which are larger ones, a bit more specific, but very interesting as well. The key message, first key message here is that we look in LIFE for projects that deliver environmental impact, that are sustainable, so we don't lose the results after the project ends, and that are replicable, so and upscalable. So in the end, to provide the maximum environmental impact possible. Information about the LIFE 2022 calls. It's in the first link, which is the website of LIFE. There you have all the information. Then the second link is the funding and tenders portal. That's where you will have to apply. And also there you have all the relevant call information and documents of the call. In the first link of the CINEA, well, you find, besides the specific call information, some other information, like, for example, the EU Info Days recordings and presentations, no? Which is also the third link that I am putting there. And finally, also another source of support for you to apply are your LIFE national contact points that are listed as well in the LIFE website. Going now to the first kind of projects that can fund circular economy proposals is the standard action projects, SAPs. The code of the call is this LIFE 2022 SAP-ENV, circular economy and quality of life. The The budget is around 100 million euros for this year, and we are financing projects that cover innovation, best practices, different kinds of aspects. I invite you to read in detail the chapter 2 of the call document for more details. Here, maybe the main comment that I have to say is that depending on the topic where you will fit better within that chapter 2, some of the topics indicate explicitly that the solutions should be innovative, and other topics do not mention the word innovative. So for those topics where it is mentioned innovative, well, you have to be innovative. The good thing is that you don't have to be innovative at global level or EU level. It just has to be innovative at country level or sector level. And for those topics where we do not mention innovative, then I mean, just by implementing best practices which are not already extensively implemented, that would be enough to fit well in the topic. And this is the case actually for circular economy. Financing rate, we have a 60% maximum. Duration of those projects, maximum 10 years. And one second, please. Yeah. And then the typical life grant on average goes in the range 500,000 to 5 million, but it's not prescriptive. The application procedure is easy, it's just one phase, one stage. You have to present your full proposal, fill in all the fields in the application form, and the deadline for submission is 4th of October. Here I just show you this example of whether it's innovative or not innovative. So here is some priority topic related to recovery of resources from waste. So here we are speaking the first bullet point about recycling solutions, and they have to be innovative, as you see, and for different kinds of waste streams that are of priority, like plastics, bio-waste, textiles, construction and demolition waste, and so on. Then in the bottom of the slide, you can see also another, again, innovative solutions. In this case is for dealing with waste containing hazardous substances. But now, if you go to this chapter 2 of the call document, to the part on circular economy and environment, there we don't have any requirement for innovation. So it can be, as you can see, best practices on implementation of business and consumption models or solutions to support value chains, key product value chains, and in particular, for example, implementation of design for the environment solutions. So to improve durability, repairability, reusability, etc., already at the design phase of the products. Then also post-design solutions that help to increase, again, durability, reuse, repair. And then, for example, the solutions that are dealing with products as a service and other models to optimize the use of the assets, or promotion of industrial symbiosis, or digital product passports. In the area of environmental governance, here we have a low budget, so more competition, but it can be also of interest. We have as well some priorities that are related to circular economy, so like improving the capacity of public administration through different ways. And this includes also waste management decision plan and plans, and circular economy plans and strategies implementation. And also to develop, promote, and implement other voluntary instruments and approaches. And for example, there's mention to models for fostering the use of reuse, repair, refurbished products, and also the promotion of green and circular public procurement. So that was for the call for standard action projects. Now we enter here into the other call, which is for larger projects, strategic integrated projects. So these ones are, the call is 53 million euros in total. I can say that in 2021, we didn't have enough projects to consume all the budget. The evaluation is not yet closed, but I can say already that. So we are interested in receiving proposals. These projects are must have a clear focus, which is to achieve or catalyze the implementation of certain plans and strategies that are listed in the chapter 2. of the call document. So it cannot be anything related to circular economy. It has to be implementation of some kinds of plans and strategies, for example, waste management plans at regional or national level. The co-financing rate is again 60% maximum, duration maximum 14 years, and the grants are larger, as you can see, in the range of typically 10 to 20 million euros. The application procedure in this case is not one phase, is two phases. So first, by the 8th of September is the deadline. You should present a concept note. So that's document maximum 45 pages, I think it is, where you explain in broad lines what you intend to do. And then if we assess that indeed this is a promising proposal, then you will be invited to present a full proposal by the 30th of March of 2023. For circular economy area, the plans that are relevant and that are eligible within this call are the national or regional circular economy action plans, strategies, roadmaps, or action plans, and also the waste management plans or waste management prevention programs. And then in relation to this call also, I want to mention that we have an extra service, which we do not have for the standard action projects, which is to, if you have ideas, a proposal, certain ideas about a potential proposal to present in this strategic projects call, you may ask for our advice on orientation. We may set up a call or a meeting. You have just to write, contact us in this email of Cinea Life Inquiries. And also another extra special support that we do not have for other calls, but we have for these kind of projects is the possibility to apply for a technical assistance project to cover some costs for the preparation of the proposal for the strategic project. And this call for technical assistance is the one that you see listed below. Also, the deadline is the 8th of September. So here you have two options. If you want to use this technical assistance to cover the costs of preparation of the proposal for already also the 2022 call, it will help you only to cover costs of the preparation of the full proposal, not of the concept note, because you will receive the results only in December, January of whether you get or not technical assistance. But you can also apply now in order to get support to prepare the proposal for the call 2023. And then you would be able to use this technical assistance for to cover preparation of both concept note and full proposal. Some tips from the experience that I would like to share with you. It's first to follow the instructions, read them in detail, that are the instructions that are included in the application forms. There are lots of small boxes and with lots of small letter instructions that you need to read because and need to answer what is asked in the corresponding box. Then also be aware that the main file of the proposal, which is the Part B form, where you will describe in detail everything, it has a maximum length limit. In the case of a standard action project is 120 pages. In the case of a strategic project is 200 pages. If you write a proposal longer than that, the system automatically cuts at the page 120 or 200. So that's what happens. So please be aware of that. Then ensure the consistency between the different parts of the application. There are several forms that you will have to fill in, and you have to ensure consistency between the different parts. And then also be ambitious but realistic at the same time about the objectives and build a credible intervention logic. Should be something that has been mature, that has been, one can see that has been thought through. Other tips from experience are that, well, to establish a baseline is very important. So the current situation in the field, the current gaps in implementation and the needs that need to be, the problems that need to be solved, good description of the situation, maybe European context, but especially also the national or regional level where you will act as well. And then refer the impacts that you will have with respect to that baseline. Then sustainability of the project, as I said, is something that we absolutely require in life. We don't want to finance something that will die as soon as we stop financing. Then uptake and replication. as well, very important, because in the end, the award criterion impact has 30 points over 100 in the case of standard action projects, and also it's very important as well in the strategic projects where it has a bit less weight. But yeah, it's an essential aspect. And I invite you to, when you have an idea, a proposal, a certain project idea, to look to the live projects database, where you can see projects that are similar maybe, or in the field where you're working. There also that can help you as well, maybe to find some partners and so on and so forth. As well, regarding the length, duration of your project, I invite you to include some safety or buffer times, because usually the proposals are full of good intentions, and then in reality afterwards there is a need for extensions because there are delays with the permits, for example, and so on. So please don't be shy to request and to mention as well that as a risk mitigation measure, you have inserted some extra months, for example, in the project schedule. Be transparent about what are the risks, limitations of the project, and prepare a good mitigation strategy. About the team, the key is to have in the team the necessary expertise, so that capability to implement what we are promising. So, well, typically there may be some need to subcontract some tasks, but if everything is subcontracted, that's that is seen as a risk, not to the project's success. It is better if the knowledge and the capabilities are inside of the team. And then, yeah, indeed, explain well the different roles of the partners, the expertise, and also with important stakeholders that are not in the partnership, also explain what are the relations with them. And then, yeah, make sure that you have a good value for money in your proposal, and that there is a coherence between the actions that you want to implement and the budget that you are requesting. Then justifying the budget as well. In the detailed budget table, we had in the last year call, the explanations often were scarce or minimalistic, and that's not good. So especially when you have large budget items with lump sums of €500,000, €1 million, you have to describe in detail what they are and subdivide, insert new lines in the budget file and so on. Ensure as well the coherence, because the budget appears in two places of the application form, in the part A and also in the part B. So please ensure that this coherence between the two. Then if you have doubts about the cost categories and what they are, well, you will see some guidance in the application form in the part A. There is like a small question marks here and there when you are navigating. Clicking those question marks, you will see there's some guidance, and also in the annotated grant agreement, and I provide a link there. That's also a very good source of information to clarify what is what and what is eligible, what is not. And then ensure a good balance between deliverables and milestones. So they are important because they make us see some concrete results that can also evaluate, and also they should be such that there are not too many, but there are enough also for us to evaluate what is the progress of the project and the final results. And then to end my presentation, I just want to mention also as well a couple of good projects in the field of circular economy and waste management. First one is the Live Citrus Pack, using citrus waste in green packaging and producing as a result certain, for example, cosmetic products. Then also another project is Flow for Life. This is a Portuguese project which created new markets and changed consumption habits in the area of, I think, Lisbon, but not only related to the fruits and vegetables that had an ugly aspect, no, so that which usually are discarded. And then the last one is one which is a bit newer, is still ongoing, but this is the first ones are standard action projects. The last one is a strategic project, integrated project called in the previous period, and this is called is about the implementation of the action plan on plastics related to the waste management plan of the region of Flanders in Belgium. And yeah, it's really comprehensive. It covers not only plastics, but also other waste streams, such as textile, marine litter, construction, demolition waste, etc. And it's already delivering good results. So again, another one to look at. And with this, I end up my presentation. I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Cesar. Thank you. Very interesting everything you told us. And well, if there is someone here who are thinking of applying, do you think they will have enough time to prepare a proposal for the next deadline this year? How much work do you think it could have to prepare a proposal?
Well, it's certainly a good amount of work. I would lie to you if I would say otherwise. But I mean, the amount of proposals that we receive also speaks about the fact that it is possible to prepare a proposal within the deadline and a successful proposal. But indeed, one of the also suggestions that I did not put there, but that it's a clear one, is that you should start now. I mean, if you have some ideas, you should really put yourself to task, because also afterwards comes, for example, the month of August, and many people, for example, maybe not be available when you want them to work. And depending on the call, the deadline is already in September, or well, October also is relatively nearby. So I would encourage you to start early to prepare. And also, yeah, in any case, yeah, to get, for example, some advice or support from your national contact points. Yeah, that's as well something useful. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And maybe in this event today, we have several projects that are going to share their ideas, and there is also the possibility to use the results of a live project to present another new one live project, and that it's some extra points. You get some extra points, right? As when you base your life in the results of another live, this is something positive.
Yeah, so there is one of the indeed bonus points for the standard action projects, which you can get 2 points extra, which is about the uptake of results from previous EU-funded projects. Yep. And the only request there is that, well, you should prove that it's really, I mean, that it's really important, for your project to update, to use those results, that it's not just something very artificial, in order to get those 2 points. But yeah, indeed, it's a good mention that you have made, and I encourage that.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we are going to start with, well, thank you very much, Cesar, for your introduction. I apologize because I told you Cesar Sanchez. It was mistaken.
No problem, no problem. Don't worry.
And well, we're going to go directly with the projects to share their experience and what they have to tell us about how they have managed a live project, how they applied, and what is their experience in the practical work in a live project. We are going to start with Life Ecodigestión. Pau Granell, it's the plant manager at Global Omnium. It's the leader of Life Ecodigestión 2.0. Life Ecodigestión is the second project of. They already had Life Ecodigestión 1.0 and Life Ecodigestión, and now they are managing the 2.0 project. And we Finova are partners, and also Aguas do Centro Litoral from Portugal. They are also a partner that they will explain a little bit their participation in later. So thank you, Pau, to be here. You have the floor.
Okay. Okay, you can see the presentation. Okay.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Well, the idea of Ecodigestion 2 is from waste to raw material. This Ecodigestion 2 that is the big product of another live project that was Ecodigestion, where we start to work with the co-substrates that we have around our wastewater treatment plant, and we saw the necessity of design a software or some tool to work with these co-substrates, because when the co-substrate is with the sludge of the anaerobic digesters change the kinetics. Then we thought that it was very important to have some tool to manage this new system with automatic control of the co-substrates. Then the idea of eco-digestion and eco-digestion 2 was that to work with food waste and manure, in this case with the wastewater treatment bath of Coimbra, that we'll explain later, and to work with a software to produce biogas, to produce more electricity, biomethane, or the energy that you need. In this second step or this second project, we saw the necessity of change some things, because in the first project we worked in a pilot scale. Then when you need to work in a full scale plant like is this new project, you need a robust scalable software, because you are working with a full scale plant, and a problem in a full scale plant is very important. Then at the same time, we saw the necessity of improve the machine learning, because the co-substrate changes the concentration and it produces changes in the production of the biogas. At the same time, now with the new price of the energy, with the new scenario of the price of the natural gas, it was very important to know the cost on the benefits of this new manage of the co-substrate. Then we introduce an economical model when you know the saves and the cost of the manage. At the same time, we introduce a digital twin, because when you are working in a full-scale plant, if some new client or some new co-substrate want to go to your plant, you have to know how it goes to work in your anaerobic digester. Then we introduce the digital twin, where the operator plant can work in real time with the same co-substrate. And at the same time, we introduce the stability model, because it's for us, it's very important in a full-scale plant to know in each moment the stability of the system. In this new software, the important thing is that we can work in our computer, for example, in the plant or in your house now that we are with the COVID. Then you have an access control to the system. Not only access control, at the same time you have different kind of users. For example, it's not the same plant manager than the operator. You have more quantity of parameters that can change if you are the plant manager than you are only the operator. Then you can work with different tanks. In each tank you can introduce different kind of co-substrates. At the same time, you can control the sludge and the biogas, because in this new software you introduce the quantity of the sludge. In this case, you can see sludge 1 and sludge 2, because this new software can work with different kind of water treatment plants. If you have primary sludge or secondary sludge in a small plant, you can work with only with secondary sludge, and in a big plant with primary sludge. Then you introduce the curve of the sludge. At the same time, you introduce the curve of the biogas, because, for example, in the case of Cuarvenaje, we work with different units that need biogas. We have a sludge dryer. Years ago, it works with the natural gas. Nowadays, it's working with the biogas that we increase with this new use manage of the biogas. We have unit of cogeneration, and we have boiler for the sludge. then you can introduce the different curves, or maybe you can be in a plant of biomethane, then you will introduce in the pipeline the quantity of biomethane that you need if you have a paving or something like that. At the same time, the new system introduced a good visualization and monetization of all the variables that you have in your system. Okay, you can see a little picture about that. This is working now in Quadrenaje, where you can control the temperature, the production, and all the different elements of the system. And now we are working in that, in changing some things in the kinetics of the system, because for example, the manure changed a lot the kinetics of the sludge. Then we are working in that, and in a few months we will work in the wastewater treatment plant of Coimbra. Now we are working in Quadrenaje. It was the first step of the project, and the next one will be in Coimbra with our partners of Aguas do Centro Litoral. And thank you very much for all the presentation.
Thank you, Pau, for your presentation. Very, very interesting. We are going to present all the projects, and we later have a few questions for you to discuss. But for example, we are wondering, for example, if you are going to convert these projects in a Life Ecodigestion 3.0, if it is a possibility.
Let's see. We were speaking in the meeting, the last meeting. Yes. Now it's true that the world is changing with the problem in Ukraine with the natural gas. In a few months or nowadays, a new biomethane plants are building. Then will be a necessity to improve the management of these new plants. Then could be necessary some ecodigestion 3, but now we are working in the second one, and we'll see what happens in the end of this big project.
We still have time.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pau. We are welcoming another of our partners, Sandra Jorge. She is the coordinator of the operational center of Mata do Urso from Aguas do Centro Litoral. She's our partner also in Life Ecodigestion. Sandra, you're welcome. Hi.
Hello, thank you for the invitation. It's a glad for us to participate in this live project, because in our we are Aguas do Centro Litoral. We are in the center of the Portugal. We are a part of the Aguas de Portugal group. We serve 30 municipalities, and our focus in this project are the wastewater of Coimbrão, in the center of Portugal, between Leiria and Coimbra. Is a wastewater treatment plant that treats effluents, urban effluents, but manure effluents. And for us, it's very important to optimize the digestion process, because we need to produce more green energy to improve the carbon neutrality. So this project is very important for us, because in Leiria, in the center of Portugal, we have a big problem with the pigs' manure effluents. So we need to treat these manure effluents in Coimbrão wastewater treatment plant. And these effluents can produce a lot of biogas and a lot of energy. That's our focus in this moment. Aguas do Centro Litoral our projects are focused in this moment in the circular neutrality. We need to convert waste in products. We studied the presence of micropollens in the wastewater too, and but most important in this moment is the circular economy and the carbon neutrality. So for us, work with Global Omnium and with this LIFE project is very important. Our team are very interested in the success of this project. So we are very grateful for work in this project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sandra. Thank you for joining us to share your experience. Okay, we are going to the next speaker. It's another LIFE approved project that we are going to share the experience. Okay, it's LIFE BioGasNet, and Xavier Garminans, it's professor of the UPC, and it's the coordinator of this project. This is a project also related to biogas, and we are going, Xavier is going to share their experience and to see how we can find synergies with LIFE Ecodigestion and the other projects that are here to share their experience. Thank you, Xavier.
Okay, thank you very much for allowing us to present our project here. Okay, let's see. Yes, here. I have to say that I think that I have prepared maybe a too much technical presentation, but okay. In 5 minutes, I will try to explain what we are doing in this project that started in 2019. So, well, we have had some delays related to COVID pandemic and so on, but we are in the almost third year. Well, and yes, I'm going to just to explain a little bit what is the main objective of our project. I mean, we are trying to put into market, in fact, a new technology for biogas upgrading, and more precisely for H2S abatement. I mean, in our project is focused on the elimination of hydrogen sulfide in biogas using bioreactors. So this project has the following consortium. The UPC, the Technical University of Catalonia, is the coordinator. There's also another Spanish university, the Universidad de Cádiz, a landfill located in the Cádiz province, Biorreciclaje de Cádiz, a small engineering company located in Barcelona, ERIS, a technological center, EURECAT, and also we are collaborating. I mean, another beneficiary is the National Technical University of Athens, which are in charge of, on running the technology in Athens. The main specific objectives of our project are, as I said, to implement a new technology for biogas desulfurization, where we use a nitrification bioreactor to produce our electron donor in the reactor where we produce the oxidation of H2S. I mean, it's a bit technical, I know, but hopefully you will understand all what I'm trying to explain. So we are using residual effluents as nitrogen source to produce nitrite, and then this nitrite is sent to another reactor where we eliminate this H2S. But instead of eliminating this harmful compound, we are transforming it into valuable end products. In one case, in Cádiz site, we are trying to produce elemental sulfur, and now in the Athens side, we are trying to produce ammonia sulfate. So we are pretty sure that this technology can reach the market soon. And yeah, well, this is our proof of concept. So the prototype was first installed in this Complejo Ambiental de Miramundo Ardales in Cádiz, where they are really interested in using this technology for their biogas desulfurization. And basically, let me check if I show the pointer. Okay, yeah. So we are using this landfill VTN, which is rich with ammonia, in a nitrifying bioreactor to produce nitrate or nitrite. And then with the landfill biogas, we send this nitrate to a reactor where we produce the partial oxidation of hydrogen sulfide and the reduction of nitrate to nitrogen gas. obviously this nitrogen gas can be released to atmosphere because our atmosphere contains 79% of nitrogen. So this is a schematic of the technology. The first bioreactor, we produce this nitrate or nitrite, and then in an absorption column we have this elimination of H2S from biogas, and then in this second reactor we reduce nitrate to nitrogen and produce elemental sulfur, which can be used as fertilizer. This is a picture of the prototype. Okay, I'm not going to give so much result, just to say, okay, we have been operating this technology 1 year in Cádiz. So we reached the complete oxidation of nitrate, which is very good for our technology. And also we could also reach reduction of H2S until 3 ppm. We think that this is spectacular. This is a very, very good results for this technology. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that this will be really, really well received in the market. And then now we are moving the technology to Athens. In fact, we are trying to install the prototype in the largest landfill gas cogeneration plant in Europe, which is located in Athens. So in this case, we are using, instead of leachate for nitrogen source, we are using composting exhaust gases, which are also rich in gaseous ammonia. So in this case, we have a first absorption column where we get this ammonia with water to obtain this, this solution. And then again, nitrification. Now we are using, in this case, we are using a biotrichine filter to do the biological H2S oxidation, but in this case, complete oxidation to sulfate, because we want to produce as a end product, as a valuable end product, ammonia sulfate in a final reactor. Well, as I said, we have been operating this prototype for 1 year, treating 50 cubic meters per hour of biogas, reducing sulfur oxide emissions, producing this elemental sulfur, reducing the environmental impact of biogas upgrading when compare our technology with any other possible absorption, and so on. And also we have demonstrated this, we have shifted the technology readiness level from 3 to 7 so far. So thank you very much for your attention, that's all. And if you have any question, I'll try to answer them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Xavier, for your input as your interesting project. It's I think it could have a lot of synergies with these other projects at the end, and also it could move for more cooperation among us in this field, in biogas field. So it is important, these kind of events, to cooperate among all the projects.
Yes.
We are going to the next speaker. This is another project in wastewater treatment plants. We are going from the south of Spain to the north of Spain, in Cantabria. Elisa Mazo is the research technician at MARE, and she's going to present the LIFE 3E project. Elisa?
Hello, thank you very much, Adrian.
Hello, thank you, Elisa.
I will share my screen. If I can see it. Yeah. Can you see the presentation?
Perfect, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for inviting us to present our project in this very interesting event. My name is Elisa, as you said. I work at MARE. We are a public company in charge of the management of wastewater treatment plants in the northern region of Cantabria, in the north of Spain. And we are the coordinators of LIFE 3E, Environment, Energy, Economy, which main goal is to promote wastewater reclamation in coastal wastewater treatment plants by integrating the production of renewable energy. So we started in October 2020 and we will end in September 2024. So the project will last for 4 years, and we count with a budget of €1,700,000, which 55% are co-financed by the European Union. The scope of the project, as you were saying, is trying to contribute against the global problem of water scarcity, which is affecting all areas around the world. Also in Europe, if we have a look at the European territory, we see that more than 17% is affected by water scarcity, and specifically in the Mediterranean area, more than 50% of the population is affected by water stress in summer. This, together with population growth and climate change, make the problem even worse. In Europe, more than 40,000 million cubic meters of wastewater are treated every year, but less than 3% are actually reused. That's why it's very important to try to find new routes towards sustainable water management and promote circular economy. So that's our main goal, is to try to transform the traditional model of water management that is very linear, and to try to promote a more circular model by fostering wastewater reclamation and local reuse, with the integration of renewable energy production. This renewable energy will be produced by, let's say, trying to recover the energy that is existing in the salinity gradient. So we put into contact seawater and the wastewater treatment plant effluent through reverse electrodialysis, that is a membrane technology, and due to the difference in salt concentration between the seawater and the effluent, we will be able to produce electric current. So this renewable energy that is produced locally will be used to give the power to the tertiary treatment needed for the wastewater reuse, so that this effluent achieves the quality standards that are needed to reuse locally this new resource. And the water that we are reclaiming will be reused in the municipality of Comillas, also a small town in the north of Spain, which actually is using drinking water for cleaning of roads and streets. Then we are 5 partners, as I was saying before. We are MARE, the coordinators of the project, and we would work as end users, as managers of the wastewater treatment plant. Also, we count with different research and development centers, such as the Center for Environmental Research, that will focus on quality control of the effluents and also communication and dissemination of the project. The Technical University of Darmstadt in Germany, which are focused on life cycle analysis. The University of Cantabria, that are the membrane experts, the technology experts, let's say, and then Apria Systems, that is a technology-based company which will be in charge of the scale-up and the integration of the technology. So we are finalizing with the construction of the pilot plant, of the prototype. As probably some of you have experienced, we are having some delays with material provision, but it's almost, we almost have it. And as you can see, we have 2 tanks in the pilot plant. One will be feeding seawater, and the other the effluent from the wastewater treatment plant. And they will enter the red modules, the reverse electrodialysis modules. And within these membranes, and then let's see that the salinity gradient that we are producing between seawater and the effluent will be transformed in electric current that will help us feed the tertiary treatment needed for the water reuse. And these are 2 pictures of the wastewater treatment plant where the prototype will be implemented. It's in Comillas, in a very nice town in the north of Spain that is just close to the sea, and also counts already with tertiary treatment. So the effluent of this wastewater is of very good quality. As a result of the project, the design is finished, almost the construction phase is finished, and we are about to integrate the pilot in the wastewater treatment plant. We also developed a software that will enable us to simulate the process performance under different scenarios. So we will be able to calculate the energy production using different effluents or with different temperatures, different seawater qualities, and also different configuration of the RED modules. And also we detected through this geographical tool the different wastewater treatment plants in the coast of Europe, where the pilot plant could be implemented. Also, thanks to the software, we saw a new scenario where the pilot plant could work well, and it's with wastewater treatment plants together with desalination plants. So the salinity gradient will be created through the brines from the desalination plants and the effluent from the wastewater treatment plant. This was a small summary of the project, and we welcome you to visit our website or send us an email in case you need more information. Also, you can follow us on social media or subscribe to our newsletter. We will be happy to share all our results.
Okay, thank you, Lisa, for this interesting presentation.
You're welcome.
We are going to the last project of today to share their experience. We are going to change a little bit the subject. Instead of water treatment, we are going to discuss this project regarding the municipal solid waste. So Life Infusion, it's Caroline Sealfield. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce it well. It's researched at Eurocat, and it's going to present the Life Infusion project.
Yes. Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Caroline.
Yes. So I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see it.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So as Adrián just said, my name is Caroline Sealfield, and I will present to you today the project Life Infusion. That the real complete title is Intensive Treatment of Waste Effluents and Conversion into Useful Sustainable Outputs, Biogas, Nutrients, and Water. So why Infusion? Infusion is focused on two very complex wastewaters that are first landfill leachate, that is produced during the management of the municipal solid waste at landfills, so that you have an idea about 500 kilograms per capita of municipal solid waste were produced in 2020, and 23% of this amount ended up in landfills, generating this landfill leachate. That is very complex wastewater because it has very variable concentration of toxic and polluting components. And Infusion also focuses on the liquid digestate from the organic fraction of municipal solid waste that is generated during the anaerobic digestion of the organic fraction of the municipal solid waste. That is about the 34% of the total municipal solid waste generated. And this is also a very challenging wastewater because it has high nitrogen and other nutrient concentrations. So today we need new sustainable and circular economy oriented treatments for those wastewaters. So processes that not only treat those wastewaters, but also are able to recover the valuable compounds that are in them, right? So Infusion wants to address this challenge. And what we want to demonstrate with this project is a treatment train that is capable to treat those wastewaters. And by the way, recover energy, fertilizers, and also reclaimed water for different uses. So the main objectives of the project are first to recover energy. This we will do through a thermophilic anaerobic membrane bioreactor. We want to obtain biomethane with more than 90% of purity. We want to also recover the nitrogen in form of biofertilizers, and also a stabilized compost that can be used as a fertilizer. And this we want to do through the stripping and the membrane contactors technologies to recover between 50 and 90% of the nitrogen. And also want to obtain reclaimed water suitable for irrigation and also for microalgae cultivation using regenerated reverse osmosis membranes. And here we want to recover more than 80% of the water. And of course, to demonstrate the overall feasibility of the solution and trying to disseminate the results so that it can be applied also to other sectors with similar effluents. So here are the project partners. Eurocat is the coordinator of this project, and we were also responsible for the bench scale optimization of the process. And we are working on the LCA and LCC for all the all the treatment train. We have Cogersa, that is a waste treatment plant in Asturias, that is one of the demo sites. We have Aqualia as a technology provider, mainly related to the anaerobic membrane bioreactor. Detricon, also a technology provider that is related to the stripping technology. IRTA for the valorization of the recovered resources. Amiogenova in all the activities related to dissemination and replicability, etc. Ecoparc del Besós, another municipal waste treatment plant in Barcelona. That is the other demo site. And AMV, who is the owner of Ecoparc 2 and is also involved in dissemination activities. So many partners in this project. So here you have the treatment train. The core of this treatment is a thermophilic anaerobic membrane bioreactor. Here we want to transform the organic matter into biogas and also produce the sanitized and stabilized solid, biosolids that is the purge that can be applied as a fertilizer. And the biogas generated in this step will be also treated by a technology developed by Aqualia, that is the Abad Bioenergy, that is an upgrading technology to increase the biomethane content of this biogas. As a pretreatment, we will apply a stripping process to decrease the nitrogen, the ammonia content in the waste, and also recover this nitrogen in form of ammonium salts, in form of fertilizers. And this will help to decrease this ammonia content and so avoid the inhibition, the microorganism inhibition in the anaerobic membrane bioreactor, which is very important for the performance. The permeate of the reactor we would treat with membrane contactors to recover the rest of the nitrogen, also in form of ammonium salts. And the final step is a regenerated membranes step to recover this high quality water with regenerated membranes. And we will also assess the recovery of struvite theoretically from the concentrate obtained in this treatment step. Here you have the two demo sites. First, Ecoparc in Barcelona, as I commented before. Here the process will be focused on treating the liquid digestate produced in this site. And here also the waste treatment plant in Gijón. And here we will focus to demonstrate the treatment train with landfill leachate and also liquid digestate produced in the site. And here the final slide, the general timeline, so that you know where we are approximately. The project started in 2020. So we have finalized the optimization of the solution at bench scale. Here you have some pictures of all the setups that we had to optimize every treatment step. We are finalizing the construction of the adaptation of the pilot, and we have started with the operation in Ecoparc 2, but only with 2 units, the stripping pilot unit. Here you also have a picture of the container that, inside of this container is the stripping unit and the anaerobic membrane bioreactor that you can see here also in the picture. And in Cogersa, in Asturias, we're also working on some preparatory actions to then transport all this unit to Cogersa and perform the demonstration there. So that's it, a very quick review of the project. Thank you very much. And yeah, we'll be happy to answer any question.
Okay, thank you, Caroline. Now we will have some time to discuss among all your projects a few things. Of course, you could discuss between you whatever you like to share and to discuss with others. But if not, I have some questions that we could start. For example, we could start with whoever wants to answer, please just talk out and we'll have, and you could start working. For example, what about the experience in working alive? Are you having a positive experience with a live project, or are you having difficulties managing the project? Could you share some of your experience? For example, we're going to start with you, Caroline. Do you think it is a good experience for you to participate in a live project?
Yeah, of course, it is a great experience. And also because, as you saw, we have a lot of partners in this live project. And for me at least, it is a very enriching experience because they have, there's a different knowledge and expertise of all the partners. So I think we all are gaining, diverse new knowledges, and I think it's very interesting for all the partners. Of course, there are challenges, and I think we all know which are the main challenges right now. COVID, the problem with material supplies, equipment supplies. I think it was very difficult to foresee. I think all of them very difficult. So yes, of course, it's a very interesting and enriching experience, but I think it's being tough for many of us, I think, to deal with all the current situation.
Of course, regarding the COVID situation, I understand it has been difficult because it has meant delays in the project and not traveling when we had to travel. And for example, I know that in Life Ecodigestion we have some delays due to this situation. I don't know, Pau, if you want to explain a little bit how are we overcoming these issues. You are in silence, Pau.
Yes, I think like everybody here, you have delays from, for example, if you need some pumps or things like that, you have delays. At the same time, we are working with the new software that we changed from Echo to Echo 2. Then in the new world, the software people is something that is crazy. They are changing from company to another one. Then to find people that work with the computers is quite difficult, and we have the typical delay. Like I think everybody here is a bad period, you know. But we went to at the end. I think that we will need 1 year more or something like that to finish the project.
Yeah, the same here. In my case, it's my first experience in this kind of projects. I've been coordinating national projects here in Spain and private projects, but it was the first time I applied for one of these projects, and it was funded. And I know it's a very, very exciting experience. It's a very, very, I'm learning lots of things here. Obviously, this is very, very, I have to spend lots of hours in coordinating the project. But at the same time, I think that having some good friends in the consortium is a nice, is a nice advice. This is one of my, I think one of the keys in the success of our project is that we are more, I knew all the beneficiaries previously, and I have a good relationship with them, and I trust them. So this is for me very, very important. I think that has been very important in this project. But also we are still facing these problems of supplies, these delays in supplies, and also these difficulties in traveling, and also another typical problem, these legal permits. Now we are experiencing some problems in Athens because political changes or changes in managing in the facilities, and then you find that the person which is in charge, the CEO of the facility right now, is not really, he doesn't know nothing about the project. You have to explain again, start again explaining the project, and try to convince him that that's a good idea, that we don't want to change his mind, just demonstrate our technology there. But I think it's all of this is part of the life projects, and I feel happy with that.
Okay, thank you, Xavier, for your feedback. I understand we all have solutions for this, and all the projects will go ahead and as planned, or we'll do some modifications, but at the end we'll be able to go ahead. Another issue, for example, is the transnational projects. For example, Sandra, you as a partner from other country, do you have any issues that something to comment on this? I don't know if the other projects also have transnational, but in Life Ecodigestion, we cooperate between Belgium, Portugal, and Spain, and of course, this also have some challenges to face.
Yes. We have a big challenge because we need to transport the pig manure, the pig effluents to Spain, to Valencia. So we need to contract the transport. Is expensive transport, and is a challenge because the pig manure is like a bomb. Is a potential to explode. So the transport is a special transport. So for the technical team is a challenge. And otherwise, at May, we want to go to Valencia to the visit of monitor, but COVID attacked me. It's the first time, so we can't go to Valencia. So it's the challenge of the times. But the most important for us is the like Xavier said, the wonderful relation of with Global Omnium, with the technical team and with the administrative team, because the papers, all the papers that we need to produce is the first time for us. Our first live project. So and it's the first time for me. I'm the coordination of an innovation area at Agrocentro Litoral, and for me is a lot of paper, a lot of timesheet paper. So it's important to share this challenge, because we work a lot. Is many hours to work in this project, but is very grateful, and it's a pleasure for us.
Okay, thank you very much, Sandra. Well, I don't know if Elisa, do you want to add something, or do you want to?
Yes, we also work with the Technical University in Darmstadt in Germany, but they are mainly focused on life cycle analysis. So we are lucky in that sense that most of the work they are doing it's via software. But it's true that I think if they could have come to Spain and meetings face-to-face would have been easier, because they need a lot of data input from our side. And sometimes I think it can be more difficult, the communication, if you are only doing it online. If you meet the face-to-face, or if they are able to visit the wastewater treatment plant in situ, I think those kind of things could have been much easier. But of course, we try to Skype or Teams very frequently to build a relationship and to keep contact. So that's very nice.
Everything it's easier if we can see face to face and meet in person, and I hope from now on we'll be able to do that.
Yes, I hope so.
Okay, it's here Juan Manuel Revuelta, our General Director at Finova. He has a great experience in the LIFE program. Since the beginning of the program, he's been working with LIFE in different organizations. I don't know if you want to add your point of view, Juan Manuel.
Really. In fact, I want to congratulate you as a moderator, and congratulations for all the speakers, because it's quite inspiring. If I may, what I would like is to share with you the new program that is called Repower Europe. I don't know if you have listened about that. It's under, is the new program after this energetic crisis, Russia against Ukraine, and it means it's a new program for member states that try to reduce the dependence in the field of gas and energy. If I may, taking in consideration that you have these wonderful and ingenious LIFE projects that tries to generate new gas or promoting the quality of that gas, perhaps it's a good idea to try to scale this program what you are doing at the moment, but not for a just pilot life project, but in a new Repower Europe. Because when you're thinking about the potential of every depuration water treatment plants with this, as our colleague from Portugal explained about that problem of pig slurry, that is a global problem in all over Europe. Or why not to talk about the organic waste from the urban solid waste in municipalities, or in the HoReCa sector, hotel, restaurants, and catering. Let's take in consideration, and we should think in the future, because of the directive of landfill, the price, the cost of the waste management going into the landfill will increase a lot from now and in the following years. Then why not thinking in a depuration water treatment plant like a prosumer installation, where there is a new business model. The depuration water treatment plants has the right, why not, to charge for managing the organic waste, pig manure, organic waste, and probably is the most effective way when we are thinking in kilometer zero, near the depuration water treatment plant. In all over Europe, there are 18,000 depuration water treatment plants. Of course, we are thinking we have to focus in the anaerobic digestion water depuration treatment plants. But then we should take in consideration this enormous opportunity that is the next generation. Remember that next generation means 12 times what was the Marshall's Plan after the Second World War. That means that next generation is the biggest reconstruction economic plan in the history of the humanity. Then we have an opportunity. It's not so easy because perhaps our administrative infrastructures in the public sector are not ready to absorb this amount of money. When we are talking of Spain, in Portugal, I don't know how is the thing, but in Spain, in the period 2014-2020, Spain has not absorbed yet 50% of the EU funding. That means around 12,000 million euros. Then, if we have not been able to absorb 12,000 million euros, and we need that money for new infrastructures, why not to install a digester in every depuration water treatment plant? Okay, how we are going to do to absorb that 140,000 million euros? And my message is try to explore EU funding as EU funding for scaling, but also in cascade. What I mean, what we are learning from you, Xavier, and the others, we have lessons to learn, and to share. Why not to explore the opportunities of the program Erasmus Small Scale to train that managers of that 18,000 water depuration treatment plants to learn from you. And for that, it's just 60,000 euros, but it's very fast, it's very easy in the justification, 100% finance. Why not? Why not to think about the new opportunities in the next call in October? I'm talking of life, subprogram and circular economy, or climate change, or energy. And finally, we are now starting that prodigious decade in terms of EU funding. It's 2021 up to 2027, plus 3 years of execution up to 2030. why not to think in all these opportunities I'm talking? And why not to talk in the framework of Interreg? Interreg, Spain, Portugal, or Interreg Europe, or Interreg Sudoe, or Interreg Atlantic. That is for exchanging best practice from the regions, municipalities, that in Italy, that chamber, that council of municipalities, why not? Or in Portugal. And now we are in the Interreg Med open call that is in the field of governance, because we know that today the biggest barrier is not technical, it's not, we have a lot of patents and technology and ingenious. It's a problem of legal and administrative barriers. And we could work in the framework of live governance or Interreg Med. And we have time enough up to October. Then what my petition to all of you, this is an official event under the Green Week, and it's very good, the Green Week from the European Commission. But the main purpose of this event is to do networking and to think and to dream in new projects, ideas. Then let's work in the future. We have an important possibility, an important challenge, and I'm not talking just of the open call of life in October, but Interreg Med, but Erasmus, and why not this new program, Repower Europe, Horizon Europe, etc. Thank you very much. I'm learning a lot, and it's quite inspiring. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you very much, Juanma. Very interesting as well, your feedback. And it's interesting that we are here five different projects, and we could collaborate together for new EU projects, for example, and maybe we could start collaborating and reach new potential projects. It is a possibility there, and will be studying, and also any of the viewers that are here in this event and they want to collaborate with any of the projects. Of course, we will be able to attend all of you and to try to reach synergies among all of us. Before ending this event, this interesting event that we have today, I'm going to ask a last questions regarding advices that you could give for future applicants. What advices you will give for future applicants that they are trying to apply for first time to the LIFE program? For example, could we start by order? For example, we could start by Pau Granel.
Could you repeat, please? It was...
Sorry, Pau. I mean, which advice could you give the future applicants that they want to apply for the first time? Do you have any advice for them before entering in this adventure of applying for a LIFE project?
Well, I think that the goal is the same. Now we are working with the biogas. And the idea is that maybe with the biomethane, maybe like it's working in Xavier, I think this is the new goal with a lot of new plants of biomethane. Maybe the idea of our next project will be like that, change from biogas inside the plants, go to outside the plants.
Thank you, Pau. And Xavier, Sandra, you are first-time applicants, so for you have the most to say here.
Yeah, I mean,
the new
for me, the most important advice is just try to find a partner which has experience on LIFE projects.
Yeah,
that's the first advice. Yeah, of course, because you know it's but also I think that Cesar at the beginning of his presentation, during his presentation, said that please read carefully all the documentation, all the the rules of the live project and the rules of the call. That's very, very important. You have to read 1, 2, 3, 4 times if you need it, all these documents, and also try to find help in your national point and as I said, in people who has experience on these kind of projects, because at least in my case, I was very used for the projects of the Plan Nacional, FEDETI, and so on, and this is completely different. At this point, I think that all the calls are converging in a way. Even the Agencia Española de Investigación is trying to use more or less the same format as European Union projects. But still, there's important differences, and the philosophy is different. So my first advice is this: is just you have to look for. Even you have a very, very nice idea, you need some help when preparing your proposal, of course.
Of course, you need to be with someone who knows the program, because if you are totally new, it could be very difficult. For example,
almost
Sandra,
impossible, in my opinion.
Sandra, you are in that case. You were new in this program, but for example, you went with Global Omnium, that they have a great experience and they have in a lot of different projects. So
Yes, for us, Global Omnium is the most important part of this challenge, because without Yolanda and Paul and all the team is a problem. So I think I agree with Xavier. Is the experienced partner is the first step, and then I think that a strong team. We need a strong team. ADCL have a little experience in this case is important to reinforce the team, and then read all the letters and define a good and a real budget, a budget that we can execute. We can't execute all the budget that we prepare. So I think this is a part very important to define a real and a strong budget.
Okay, thank you. Of course, it's important, the budget. You need to, when you are applying to a new project, one of the most important issues is always the budget, because at the end, the Commission could offer you some flexibility to make modifications, but usually you have to know exactly where are you going to spend the money, and then spend that money. So it is difficult when you are applying to a new project and to have the exact budget that you could need. Caroline, Elisa, do you want to add something, some advice you have experience, right? So you could give some good advice to new applicants.
I mean,
go, Caroline. Yes, no, go, no problem.
No, I mean, I wanted to say not so much experience, but I just wanted to comment, as Xavier also said, I think it's very important to have good partners and committed partners that that will help you in tough moments. But also maybe something that mentioned Cesar at the beginning, that really do the planning very carefully, considering all the risks and making a real planning, because sometimes it's more idealistic than real, and then we have these problems that we don't have enough time and all that. So really consider the risks as much as possible, and mitigation strategies, I think, also very important. Just that.
I was going to say the same, like timing management is also very important indeed. And also know the workflows of the partners, because depending on the entities, some people work differently or in different pieces. So indeed, it's very, and also contemplate a buffer period, as Cesar was saying. So for example, in the demonstration phase, try to leave some months free at the end of the project in order to have that buffer time just in case, because it happened with us. Now we have a material delay, so the pilot is a little bit delayed and the demonstration phase will also be delayed. So it's indeed, yeah, but we are lucky that we planned 6 months just in case. So we are good there.
Okay, thank you all of you for this all your feedback that I'm sure will help a lot to new applicants and we'll find a lot of synergy among all our projects. And to close and also I want to thank you, all of you, to be here. Or I'm going to thank you, Cesar, who had to go before, but I thank him anyway to present the project and take the time to be here today to explain the program. And thank you all the viewers that are watching us online and streaming and on YouTube. And also the video will be online in YouTube to everybody to see it and to learn a little bit about this live program and our experience. And to close the event, Juan Manuel, if you want to add something to close the event.
Okay, for that 36 participants plus speakers, we are talking of 45 people, what is not what is a lot when we are talking of something so specific about energy from depuration water treatment plants. Then I'm really happy. But I don't know if we have some minutes, because I thought it was up to 6 o'clock, Adrian. But I think it has been, for me at least, quite inspiring. Why not to think in new projects? Because when I've been listening Caroline or Elisa or Sandra or Pau or Xavier, I think we can combine some new innovations for new projects. And that's my proposal from you. I don't know if from the audience, if there is any questions, but perhaps in the chat, apparently there is no questions. Perhaps the people is timid. Time to do questions for any of the speakers. Even the speakers can do questions to all the rest of the speakers. That's okay. If it's not the right time, but perhaps in the future we could dream about new projects, because in fact we have received different proposals. Now the biggest slurry that in Portugal is a problem, also in Spain. Then we have an important industrial operator in the field of production of pig, that they are working in that biogas approach. We're not thinking in a new innovative project in biogas. In that project, all of you, I mean the people with live ongoing projects, you can participate in that. Why not? And I don't know if there is no questions from the audience.
There is one question, Juan Manuel. They say if you could tell your experience in life.
Okay. My experience in life, I started in '95 with my first project was in Albacete. It was about the waste from the vehicles after the use. After that, I have been working a lot of life projects. Also in the field of pig slurry, it was the project. It was Ecodiptera, live Ecodiptera in the Comarca de los Serranos in the province of Valencia, but it was not with gas, but with flies. We are talking of insects that eat the pig slurry to produce organic fertilizer. And in the field of waste management, water waste management, I was involved in the project Life Ecodigestion. Life Biocompost. It was also in Valencia for composting the sludge from the depuration water treatment plants with the problem of rice straw to generate that compost. Yes, it's true that I have been involved in more than 35 life projects. I prefer life projects than Horizon Europe projects, because even if it's just 60% of subsidy, but as a pilot project, you don't need a lot of international partners. Of course, in Horizon Europe, we have been working in the Nobel Grid project, that was a 16 million euros project in the field of smart grid. Again, it was the project Nobel Grid with ETRA as leader. And of course, I remember all this new business model from that prosumer, buildings as prosumer, consumer of energy. When we did that some years ago, it sounds very far, but today we are watching about these energetic communities. We can be inspired from this project in the field of photovoltaic to bring to with this biogas, or why not in the depuration water treatment plants. They are available, at least they say that, to produce hydrogen. Why not? Hydrogen for public fleet of buses. But I think we have in this roundtable, in these 45 people, a lot of talent. We should be able to transform all this talent in real projects in the following calls, not only live, but Interreg or NES Power Generation or Horizon. And I think it's a question of responsibility. When you see that there is this amount of funding, now, never in the following years, the opportunities now, we have all that funding. Yes, I know that it's quite difficult to convince the public sector to obtain the permissions, the environmental impact assessment, etc., etc. But we have to do that. At least we think that. If you allow to me, Adrian, I like to share with the people that 2022 is the European year of youth. Why? Because perhaps it's the sector of the population that has suffered most the pandemic. And you know, we receive in our human resource every day, almost every day, a CV from someone that wants to do a training period in Finova. But you know, unfortunately, I don't have the diploma because unfortunately, after my studies and exams, I was not able to be engaged to do my mandatory curricular practical to obtain the diploma. For me, it's a drama. Of course, not only in Spain, but in Portugal, we have this Spanish, this European tool, excuse me, that is called Youth Guarantee, garantiajuvenil.es. Perhaps you are surprised when I share with you that I don't know the figures in Portugal, but in Spain. You should know that we have 900,000 ninis, young people that they don't study, they don't work. From that 911,000, it's figures from the last trimester of 2021. There are not available figures updated, but what is very curious, more than 400,000 of that young people, they are not even in the public unemployment system looking for a job. What it means, some of them, they are, I don't know, they are traveling in the world, or they are what we call perroflautas, or they are in the church, in a monastery. But we have 400,000 people there, and in total 900,000 people. What is quite surprising, there are Youth Guarantee is the program ICE, Garantía Juvenil, and I'm pretty sure that our colleagues from Portugal and from other countries, they can host young engineers in your learning with you in there. And that's it. I think we have a lot of funding by one hand, but we have this big problem of youth, not only in Spain, but in Portugal, Greece, and Italy. but these young people that they should have an opportunity to do a training period. From Finova Foundation, we have the compromise of helping young people, and not just in our foundation in Brussels, because we cannot absorb all of them, but we have more than 100 entities affiliated in Brussels. I'm pretty sure that some of the partners that are not in Spain, they could host these young people. Why not? These people could learn to write proposals, to justify proposals. And we see all this amount of money, I don't know in Portugal, but in Spain, we have a lack of professionals into the municipalities, provinces, regional administration and national administration. Then perhaps if we combine that funding with young talent that needs an opportunity, together we can work that field. And this is what I wanted to share with you. I'm going to publish here, if you are listening to us and you know someone with this under 30 years old, with, of course, they have to have international language. They have to be able to travel to other countries. Perhaps they want to go to Portugal, to Aguas de Centro Litoral de Portugal, or to any other project. I publish here Next Talent Generation is our initiative for young people by email. I will be more than open to explore with you opportunities, new projects. Let's try that. The most important is not the event, but the day after the event. We have time enough. We are talking of October for Life, but we have seen there are other opportunities. On behalf of the Foundation Finova, we are Belgians, Spanish, but we are Belgian. Then in international projects, to have an international foundation with some experience. We have people in the communication field, we have TV cameras, we can organize the kickoff meeting in Brussels, we can do things. In legal, of course, we are more than open to European Commission. Always, for them, is quite positive when we incorporate some methodologies we have developed in the field of open innovation and public-private partnership. We have developed the Startup Europe Awards. That means we publish a challenge to identify patents and talent from universities, from startups, to improve a process, to improve the quality of whatever. And that's Startup Europe Awards. And we are in the communication, what we have developed with Life Ecodigestión 2.0, and we are really happy. We thought that it was a good idea to communicate at schools a project like Life Ecodigestión 2.0. Thanks of our colleague Lola Bordas, Technovision Girls, that is other organization. What we defined, it was a technological challenge at the schools. It was under Girls for Tech. We wanted to promote in the girls to have to open their eyes to promote STEM, to study in engineers or technological careers. And the surprise was with this pilot project that some schools, one from Gandia, is 80 kilometers from the depuration water treatment plant in Quart de Poblet. These girls, they came with their professors and their parents to understand how a depuration water treatment plant works. They came, they did that 80 kilometers, and after some months, they have done an APP, an informatic tool for Gandia, in order to try to facilitate the contact from the depuration water treatment plant of Gandia. Gandia is a city, very focused, very tourist place. we are talking of a lot of Horeca, hotel, restaurants, and catering. Then these girls, they did this challenge. They were competing with other teams in other provinces, and of course, not only girls. What we promote is that they integrate also male children in the team, but the speaker has to be a girl. And okay, the big surprise, it was 1 month ago when the Minister of Science and Technology, Diana Morant, she was open to offer the prize in Valencia in the launching of the Horizon Europe for Spain in Valencia as an example of methodology in education and pedagogy at the schools. Then now we are working in all the projects we are doing in that with schools. Why? Because to transform mentality of citizens is easier when they are in schools. And perhaps are the children who can convince their parents that, okay, you have to separate glass, the organic waste. So, okay, is what I wanted to share with you. We have this kind of methodologies. I think it's quite important for all these kind of projects to explore where are the legal and administrative barriers in a local level, because perhaps there are some legal or paralegal tools in Europe, European Commission, Petitions Committee of the European Parliament, to try to work and to destroy these administrative barriers, because sometimes that administrative barriers has not the support from the European Union legislation. That's it. We are working with passion in all these kind of projects. We would like to be cooperating, not as a leader, but as a minor partner in defining new business model. All that part is Adrián Noeda who leads that in international dissemination and communication. Is in events as this, in the field of open innovation with startups, or also with all these programs of Girls for Tech at school. Thank you very much for your time. If there is not only other question, there is a big risk when I start to talk that I cannot stop. Excuse me. Thank you very much. We are in time because
thank you.
Was up to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I hope to inspire of you, because what I would like is in 1 year time, in the Green Week 2023, that we can talk after that. Some new Erasmus, Horizon, Interreg, or Life projects was submitted. Last message. Did you know that 2023 will be the second semester, the Spanish presidency of the European Union? Then, if we think in a strategic way, if we submit a proposal in October and the project is approved, we will know if it's approved around June, July, and the project can start in September, October, during the Spanish presidency of the European Union. What is really nice, because there will be a lot of communication, funding, and also visibility. Then, perhaps with that, I'm trying to convince you to submit as much as projects that will be approved in that second semester. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Juan Manuel, and thank you all of you to be here today. And well, let's keep everything in touch. And anyone that have a doubt or want to ask a question of our viewers, you have our contact details. Please don't hesitate to contact us. And well, thank you all of you, and well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
La Fundación Finnova con el proyecto CircoAx busca empresas y autónomos innovadores para promover la economía circular en el mundo textil y de la moda.
Ideas. There are ideas that change the way we work.
In other centuries, they would have called it magic.
Ideas that got us connected.
Well, hold the line a minute.
That made us communicate better with each other.
Hello?
Ideas that got smarter and smarter and smarter. They're the ones that caused revolutions.
Goodbye, David.
And others that seem like a thing of the past now. There are the ones that are obsolete and ideas that promised us freedom, but in the end delivered us nothing but stress, that we tried to compensate with funny ideas. We thought of something different. A simple idea that turns idle workspace into places where you connect with companies, where you share knowledge with other creative minds or digital nomads. Where you are is where you work. You spend fewer hours on the road and you gain precious time for a better work-life balance. It's called Work Hero. Is it a game changer?
I beg your pardon?
We like to think so, but we'll let you be the judge of that. Check out Work Hero on workhero.com. Work Hero, connecting space and knowledge.
I'm delighted, and I hope we'll be able to do it again, and also that the solutions which were showcased here can maybe inspire real-life solutions in the future.
Es un honor que hayan contado con nosotros como aceleradora, con nuestro programa Startup Europe Accelerator, en el primer hackathon con el director general de innovación de la Comisión Europea para soluciones en el campo de cambio climático y reducción de emisiones.
I also congratulate Finova, which was part of the winning team, a team which worked on a really interesting solution to make construction at long last sustainable. Well done. Thank you very much.